Hi guys, just made a big B again. I'm just doing a quick update video on my HTC HD7. It's to go over the fact of the lack of custom ringtones. I did mention it in my last video and it was a big problem for me, but I've overcome that. I might not be able to show you exactly, but you will be able to hear that I'm playing a non-standard ringtone. I will show you that it actually works. Basically, I unlocked the phone using a piece of software. If you give me 1 second, I'll tell you what that piece of software is called, because for my life I cannot remember, even though I've just done it. I don't know how it's pronounced, but it's CHEVRONWP7. If you just search for that, you'll find it, and you need that program, and you also need the ringtone installer and certificate for your phone as well. And what you do is you email the certificate file to yourself on the phone and as an attachment, and you get the email, you click that, and it allows you to install that certificate. Once you do that, you can then run the program I've just told you about, even though I can't pronounce it, and click the two little check boxes, press unlock. Within 5 seconds it was done. It just put a little like bar up to say how far to get, and it just went ding ding ding, done. And then it said the unlock button then said relock, so you can actually relock the phone after you've done it if you want to put it back to standard. I've just left it unlocked anyway because it's handy to have an unlocked phone. And then what you do, there's a program called the ringtone installer which you download. I'll put a link to the YouTube video that I actually watched to do this, and he's got a link to all the software you need, so don't worry about that. Once that's done, you run that program, and you have to get the ringtones you want have to be in WMA format. And what you do is you drag and drop them onto this program, as many, I think it's up to about 5 or 6 at a time, and you press build XP, and it builds a special file and puts it in its own folder. And then what you do, you have to download and install Microsoft's Windows 7 Mobile SDK package. And in that package there's a tool called the deployment tool. And what you do is you run that, and it tells you where do you want to send it to, the phone, or you can have an emulator of the phone, because it's basically meant for people to actually write software for. And what you do is you go and point it at the file you created with the ringtones and put deploy, and it actually installs it onto the phone. And then when you're on your phone, again this is going to be damned hard to see, you go to your install where everything's installed, and it's sitting there, and it's called the XHV or RON ringtone installer. And it's basically just a little program, a proper little app that you've side loaded onto the phone, tricking the phone. And when you run that, it then installs the custom ringtones that you think into the phone. And just to prove it's done that, I'm going to turn the brightness down on the phone, so hopefully you'll be able to actually see something. Low, and then I shall go to ringtones, and if you see, it's going to be bloody hard, but the ringtone actually says, if I can get it into a good spot, which is very unlikely on here, it actually says Predator. It's a Predator ringtone, and I'll click it to prove it. There's my ringtones, and there's the Predator ringtone, and believe me, a non-standard ringtone on one of these. And I'll try and click it, and there it's playing. And that's playing from the phone, right? So it does work. You can't at the minute do your text messaging ringtones and that. They just seemingly are what they are, the little plinky plonky sounds. But this will allow you, and I just turn my brightness back up before I forget, this will allow you to install a custom ringtone, and it does work. I've done it. I've restarted the phone, and there's no detrimental side effect. You can relock the phone if you want, but like I say, it's handy being unlocked. Whether it's locked again on the next on a future update, I don't know. But one thing, before you actually run the unlocking software, once you've installed that certificate from an email and you're about to run the unlocking software, I just ran Zoom and made sure my phone was synced, fully synced with the name I'd given it and things, just to be sure. Someone did recommend you did that, so the unlocking software will find the phone. But I've done it. It worked no problem, and I will put a link to the video, like I said, of the guy that I followed who did this, and there's a link to all the 4 bits of software that you need. And if you watch the video, and that's all I did, I watched and followed the video, the only bit in the video it doesn't tell you about is running Zune and making sure your phone's synced to Zune before you run the unlock software itself. After that, the deployment software from Microsoft's development tools is neither here nor there where the Zune's running, I don't think. But it does work. You've seen I've got it on, and it's working great. That's all, guys. I'm going to leave it there. It's just a short one to prove to you that this does work.